What up, what up to my Arians? So hopefully, as far as I know, everything with the volume on the setup is gravy, freaking amazing now. I had to do some tweaks and adjustments. Anyways, this is your reading from the dates of May 25th to May 31st. We're rolling up on that full blood moon Sagittarius, that eclipse, super moon. For some reason I have really good feelings about it, even though we're hitting a Mercury retrograde. Almost like, it's not going to be too bad. I'm going to get right to it and pull you a Mystical Shaman Oracle card. Sorry about late or delayed readings or just not getting them to you really early. I'll be catching up and working on that. So you got the Sorcerer. So yeah, I definitely feel like many signs and people right now. You're in a state of manifestation. You're in your own badass energy, getting it done, making moves, ready to take off. I'm going to go ahead and pull you guys a tarot read with the Gilded. It's set up Rider-Waite style. And set guidance advice for Arians. Aries. Gotta admit, y'all's readings have been pretty chill and drama-free all year. Insight guidance advice for Aries. Good time to be in Aries, huh? Well, for most, I would assume. Alright, insight guidance advice. I hope you guys like the new setup. Ooh, I knew I felt some good energy. The lovers love to love you. So, yeah, you could be like I said, enjoying life, enjoying love, whether it be romantic, love for yourself, being single, having options. Of course, some people in relationships, some people aren't, some people got kids, some people don't. Not all love has to be sexual or romantic. Page of Swords. Yeah, I feel like a lot of you are just really loving being around youthful energies, your kids, loving light conversations. Hearing like you're only doing what you're good at. Cut out all the rest of the crap. Knight of Wands. Yeah. You're primarily enjoying, I'm hearing things that you're like talking about, things that you're passionate about. You're having a few small ideas, things that you're thinking that you might want to do in the future. I mean, you could really be sitting back thinking like, what's a hobby I can get into? Just to kind of like pass the time, so I'm not just sitting around being bored. You could be reaching out. Say your kids don't live with you, reaching out, talking to them. Some of you guys could be enjoying doing things that you used to do as a kid. And some of you guys really have just went through a time period of healing your inner child, which part of healing the inner child kind of is going back to doing the things that we love to do as a child. And just like remembering what it's like to just be happy. The High Priestess. Yeah, I definitely feel like it's a healing the inner child energy with a a high priestess here. This card of Taurus, which is cousin to you in the tarot. So, like, yeah, you're kind of, they say Aries is a very I am centered type energy, but Taurus is a kind of like a I am, but we are, like, they definitely incorporate the family. So it's kind of like, yeah, I kind of feel like there's a big energy of just kind of family here. Like, I'm really feeling like some of you guys have kids, and it's really just like being inspired by some of the things your kids do, or remembering what it's like to have an imagination, to be creative. It's a death card. This card is Scorpio. Yeah, it's almost like when you're a kid, you know how like the girls go through the phase of wanting a horsey and being the princess. Like, you could be playing tea with your baby girl. Or some of you guys could just be like, hey, I want to go horseback riding. But it's like, it's a death and rebirth in itself. It's like the rebirth of the imagination, the re-spark of the passion within the soul to just like to live, not to. We get so caught up in being an adult and responsibility, we forget to like actually enjoy our lives, to actually be creative, because everything we do is so tedious and autonomous. Like, it doesn't leave a lot of room for creativity and passion. And kids definitely remind us of that energy. Let me go ahead and get this because this seemed like it wanted to come out. 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, this could come from having to work on a school project with your kid. Or, maybe there's a project at work where it's kind of like they're like, hey, we chose you, or we need you to do this because we need your creative edge. Like, project at work or something you're doing at work that gives you a little bit more creative freedom than usual. If it's not that, it could be like, you could be deciding you should have a family game night, a family band. If you're single, it could just be like I said, maybe you got back into playing video games. Maybe you started a passion project. Maybe some of you guys decided you wanted to work for yourselves and like, finish that painting, make an album, write a book. Pull you guys one more card. And then we are going to clarify with the Destiny deck. 6 of Wands. Yeah, you're doing what makes you feel good. And I feel like in that action, like, people enjoy being around you. It's like a celebration wherever you go. They're like celebrating you breaking free makes them want to break free and kind of remind themselves of what it's like to just live life and realize that this life is a blessing. It's a rare opportunity. And the cards are all crooked there. I usually like pull 6. And you got that at the bottom of the deck. 4 Pentacles. Like, man, you're holding on to what makes you you. The Ancient Ones. Yeah, and I think a lot of this, like, the Ancient Ones in this one, I really feel confirms like your inner child, because a lot of people don't really look at the inner child as part of your ancestors or your spirit guides, but it's part of you. Like, you never lose the child within you. Sometimes we just don't listen. That's the one we don't listen to. The one that's like, hey, can we just do this just because this makes me happy? And I think a lot of time we get so much pressure to grow up, to be this, to do that. We forget that, like, our happiness has needs. And I think our inner child definitely is a communicator to us of things that simply make us happy. But we ignore it a lot of the times because it seems childish because we're told to do things just because we enjoy them is childish once we grow up. So we're going to get some clarification on what I have here. Clarification on the lovers. Nine of Cups. Yeah, it feels like it's a choosing to celebrate loving life again. And I think it's because you have the right people around you. Or just like something just woke up that party that's like, wow. It could be as simple as going for a bike ride and being like, I haven't done this since I was a kid. Some clarification on the Page of Swords. Because there definitely is a youthful energy here, so it's there. The Moon. Some of you guys could be finding out that you're pregnant and you're going to have a child, which is, choosing baby names and getting baby stuff, especially if you're excited about it. That definitely gives you a strong sense of nostalgia because, like, it's almost like you have to put your mind in the position of a child's mind. Like, okay, especially when you're raising one, it's like, what do kids like? I know moms and dads too, like sometimes they have to watch what their kids watch to see for what it is that they want, what they're into. Like you kind of got to put yourself in the mind of a child to raise one, to understand. Knight of Wands. It's kind of a definitely fast-paced energy, and they grow up fast. When you do work also with your inner child, like it's almost like you realize it fast. Like the work doesn't go fast, but like you start realizing what that is after a while. The more you become conscious of what's going on inside of yourself. Death, yeah. I feel like that's the energy of, noticing you need to slow down and just like smell the roses, enjoy life. Like everything doesn't have to be fast paced and tedious and go, 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 because that just equals being frustrated. Like life without passion is bland. And I think like that's part of the cycle that's beginning and ending. You're just beginning to be more into balancing what you want to do and what makes you organically happy, and then all these fucking responsibilities in the way that everyone wants to try to tell you need to be. And that's a very, like, one of the most impressive qualities about Aries. Y'all are gonna be yourselves regardless of what people say anyways. High Priestess type thing. Just making sure it's the High Priestess. It's kind of hard for me even to see the cards, how far away they are, but I pretty much remember. High Priestess. And intuition. Like, listen to your intuition, and like, you'll know when you need to make changes or when you're doing something that's organically good for your soul. The Wheel of Fortune, and following your intuition, like, it makes life better. Get out of your head so much and what society tries to tell you to be in the box that they try to fit you in. Because the reality of it is none of us really know what the fuck we're doing to be telling someone else what to do with their lives, especially when we don't, know their history or them on a personal level. I guess we'll get clarification on the Death card of Scorpio, because that was the next card in the spread, even though that just clarified the last card. Death card. King of Cups. Definitely could be dealing with a Scorpio. Beginning, like, maybe if you're with someone, there is a breakup. Breakup sometimes can stir up beautiful emotions in us and change. Or, if it's ending single and getting with a Scorpio, it's going to be different for different people. Also, could be a Pisces or Cancer, just a very, very passionate person. Then we got the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles. It's usually coming together and working. That could be coming together and working with your inner child, your person, a group project at work, or, group passion project, jam session. Seven of Swords. Yeah, you're no longer deceiving yourself by telling yourself that life has to be 110% work and adulting all the time, because that's the box that society wants everyone to live in, like slave driving. You're not doing that anymore. I mean, even in the Three of Pentacles, like, there's a fucking chain and anchored to him. Like, it's the illusion of happy and hard at work. Ooh, I got this pentacle, I got these two pentacles up here, but if you look down, like, there's a chain and anchor, and the anchor is in the fucking fire. Like, he's not really there working, being passionate because he wants to. It's just like, well, if I'm here, I might as well make the best of it. And then you've got the Knight of Cups. Alright. Knight of Cups, the Emperor. Yeah, you're going with what makes you happy, what makes you feel good, what makes you feel right. And that is completely organically living in your Aryan energy and loving yourself. That's kind of what Aries is all about. Like, that's what we're supposed to be learning from Aries too. Like, you guys are the first zodiac sign. We kind of, they say Pisces knows it all, last sign. Okay, yeah, Pisces may know it all, but Aries is the one that we follow. Y'all take the lead. So just keep that same energy. Like, there's really no advice to tell you, because you're in a state of, like, one, you probably wouldn't listen to me right now because you're going to do what you want to do and what makes you happy. And there's nothing wrong with that.